Hello, Dr. Dave Gaitros here, and what we want to do now is we want to take our file that we've just created and we want to add something, a bibliography to it, which is a very, very handy feature. In fact, this is probably one of the better time-saving devices on MS Word I've seen, along with the table of contents. On a document, on a research paper, at the end of the document, you usually want to type up a bibliography, and the precision of that is very, very important. Make sure that you get it as accurately as possible. I'm going to insert a page break here. They usually go on their own page, and I'm going to start the bibliography. Now, I just don't start typing it up. What I do is I go up to references, okay, and in references I'm going to see citations, okay. So I click on citations, and over to the right comes up a window with the previous bibliographies on it. Now I'm going to go down here to the little toolbar and I'm going to open up Citation Source Manager. So I continue. And this is what it looks like inside of MS Word, a Windows version 2. To show you how it's done, I'm going to create a new reference, and I've got a book right here I'm going to put into it. I'm going to say new, and you pick what it is. Is it a website? Is it a journal, conference proceedings, an article in a journal? Is it a book? I'm actually going to do a book, and regardless of which one you bring up, you want to enter in all the information that's in asterisks that's available. But each source will have its own set of fields. You have an article in a journal, will have different fields, and conference proceedings. And you can enter in them all, but the ones that are in asterisks are the ones that are actually going to show up in the bibliography. So here we're going to do it. We're going to say, let's see, Cardigan B and Richie D. Okay. The title is the C Programming Language, second edition. And let's see, the city it was published in, let me look here, is Upper Saddle River. Okay. River, New Jersey. We're going to put USA, we don't have to. The publisher is Prentice Hall. And the year, let me look at the year, is 1988. Old textbook. Okay. And we can enter other things that if we want to, the editor comments. A lot of times people put comments in it where sometimes they'll put like, this is my primary source or something like that, and we're going to say okay. And we'll notice that it not only adds it to the left in the master list, but it puts it over on the right hand too. The thing on the right, the list on the right, is what's actually going to be included in our bibliography when we insert it. Okay, because we say close. Alright, very good. And we'll go ahead and close this out. Now I've typed in all of the references that I'm going to use in my paper, and I want to insert the bibliography. How do I do that? The very first thing you want to do is you want to go up and check, make sure you've got the right format. I've got MLA 6th edition, or MLA selected on here, 7th edition. There's APA, there's Chicago, there's IEEE, there's ISO 690, and this puts it in a roughly the format allowed for those particular formats. So we'll just pick APA, we'll just change it, and then we'll insert the bibliography. You want to make sure the cursor is in the location where you want it to go, and you say click on that bibliography, and we pick either works cited or bibliography. I usually pick bibliography because there are times I don't cite all of my works, and I'll show you how to cite here in just a minute. Okay, so we'll pick that, and boom, you'll see that it goes right there. Now, just like the table of contents, this inserts a text box, and you'll also notice too that the bibliography title right there is bold and different font. It's sometimes picked it as a header 1. It's actually a header 2. That means it'll show up in your table of contents. If you don't want it to show up in your table of contents, change it to normal, and then just change the formatting to bold or the size of the font that you want. Alright, now we've inserted our bibliography. Now we can go through our document and we can say, well, let's say this statement right here, I got this information from one of my sources. Well, I'll go up to References and I'll say Insert Citation, or excuse me, I'll say Citations, and I will find the one that came from this one right here. Okay, and double click on it and you'll see that it puts the citation right there. Let's say that this one comes from Curdy and Ritchie, and it puts it there. Now notice that it puts it in the style of the APA format. If I want an MLA format, I go down and change it, and you'll notice that it changes the formatting to satisfy the MLA requirements. Okay, this is the automated bibliography for a Mac. Very, very handy feature. It'll save you a lot of time if you're writing a fairly good sized research paper. And just like the table of contents, this just puts in a text box. You can actually go in and edit this if you want to. Be very careful though. The last couple of things you want to do when you finish your document is you want to update your bibliography and you want to update your table of contents. Okay? If you've made changes to this and then come back and refresh it, the changes that you made to this text box will not be there. Alright, automated bibliography, very handy. Give it a try, and thanks for listening.